Welcome everyone to our webinar today. My name is Tara. I am the founder of a company called Simpleday. What we do is we help companies that need help with Monday.com. A lot of our clients are brand new to Monday, need help getting set up. A lot of the other half of our clients, I would say, have been using Monday for a couple of years, a couple of months, and they just need help with implementation. So we work with both kinds of clients. We also have a membership club, which I'm going to get to at the end of this webinar. And we also have some templates that we sell, and we have some online trainings. So a little bit about us, and now we are going to jump into our topic, and we are going to talk about the Monday.com CRM. So before we even start talking about the CRM, I just want to make sure it's clear to everyone what exactly a CRM is. A CRM is a place where you can manage your relationships with your customers. It doesn't matter what kind of company you have. It could be real estate, it could be e-commerce, it could be a lawyer, it can be an accountant. It doesn't matter what kind of company or even nonprofit organization you have. Everyone needs to manage relationships with their customers. Some of them will be customers that are coming in, new customers or leads or potential customers, and some of them are current customers. But a CRM is a place where you can actively manage your relationship. So you understand, like, how did they first find you? Where did they come from? What type of people they are, and you gain all this valuable information when you store all of this information in one place. You have a database that you can use for an email address, you can use to track statistics on, and you can just use it for your company to understand who your audience is. So having a CRM is a really, really valuable thing to have within your organization. So I see one person said that they're totally new to the platform. So great. A CRM is something that every company, I really feel strongly that every company should have a CRM. And Monday is a great platform to use as your CRM. So I want to take a minute to step back just to understand the platform a little bit more, because there were some changes within Monday, and I get this question all the time. So I do want to address it. The way that Monday started out as one platform, and it was built on something called the Work OS, and it was one platform. Right now it's called Work Management, like that platform is Work Management. But basically everyone worked on the Work OS. Now, if you wanted, within Monday, you can build different boards. Like you can build CRM boards, a contacts board, an accounts board, but you can essentially have these boards within the Work Management. What happened about a year ago is, I think even more actually, maybe a year and a half ago, is that Monday started to transition to a multi-product company. So what that means is that Monday has a number of products that they're selling. So they have the work management that they sell, and then they are also selling something called the Monday.com CRM. It used to be called the sales CRM, and now they changed it to be a CRM. And they have a few other products. They have a dev product, like if you're managing a dev team, they're coming out with something called Monday Service, which is an awesome new tool about a ticketing system. They have something for, they used to have one for marketers. They have Monday projects. There's a few different products that Monday is starting to sell. So some people have a CRM within the work management, which is totally fine. You can have a CRM within the work management, and some people have it within the CRM itself. So I just want to show you, I'm going to share my screen for a second. Okay, so if you look at my screen right now, so you can see here that I am in the CRM product. If you look up here, you can see there's a logo that says Monday CRM. If I would click here, you can see work management. So you can toggle back and forth between work management and CRM. So work management, as I said, was what Monday used to use, and everything was built on work management. And now they divided it out to different products. So you can be in work management or you can be in the CRM. Okay, so now that we understand a little bit of history, and it's important to know this history because this is the direction that Monday's going in, that they have these different products that they're trying to sell. A lot of the core functionality is the same, but there's also things that are different when you're working within a CRM and when you're working within work management. A lot of people ask me, like, what should they do? Should they purchase the CRM? Should they purchase work management? Where should they I guess, start their journey within working with Monday.com. So first, I want to say, if you're already using Monday.com, you're probably already paying for work management. And if you want, you can add on, as an add-on, you can add on the CRM, and then you'll get the CRM features. If you're new to Monday, you actually can just sign up for the CRM. You don't have to sign up for the work management. You can just do the CRM. So Monday has totally shifted their pricing structure, and like what you actually need to buy in order to become a multi-product company. So it's important to keep in mind that you have two options, kind of depending on when you joined Monday, and then you can choose which option you need. So I want to jump into the differences between working within the Monday CRM versus work management, because essentially I build CRMs all the time for our clients, and I can build them within work management. So the question is, why do you need the CRM? Like, what do you gain from having the Monday CRM as opposed to just working in work management? So first of all, I want to say, I think that obviously, I mean, not I think, I know the goal of Monday.com is that they want to become, like I said, this multi-product company, and they're looking to build out their products. So as time goes, they're just going to get more and more sophisticated in terms of the features that are unique to each product. So work management will have one set of features, and the sales CRM will have another set, and projects will have another set, and Monday Dev will have a totally different set of features. So we will have different sets of features in the future. That's only going to differentiate the products even more. So I can't necessarily tell you everything that's on the pipeline because I don't really know. But I know that this is Monday's plan, that they're really looking to add new features to the product. So it's something to keep in mind if you're debating if you want to go with the CRM or you want to do work management. I also want to highlight 5 key features that the CRM has that work management does not. The first feature is mass emailing. What you can do is, if you have a board within Monday for your contacts or different organizations or companies that you work with, you can do a mass email. It's not a MailChimp yet. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with MailChimp. So MailChimp is like an email marketing tool. It's not a MailChimp program yet, but I think that the goal of Monday is that they want to get there. So you can start emailing you can have regular emails, but you also can have this mass email. Now, one of the features that they need to improve is that you can only email up to 500 people at a time. This is actually not a Monday requirement, but it's by your email provider, Outlook or Gmail. So you are more limited there. Like in MailChimp, you can send out hundreds of emails at a time. There's a lot of other tools like MailChimp, Constant Contact. I know Salesforce has an email marketing tool. I think Mad Mimi is one. There's a lot of different email marketing tools, and they're more sophisticated than what Monday is, but I think Monday wants to get there. So right now you can build some basic templates and send them out. And when we go into the tutorial, I'll show you the difference of how you can do this. The next thing that I want to tell you about is a funnel chart. And again, when we get into the product, I will show you the funnel chart, but Monday has a funnel chart, which basically is telling you, you started out with 100 leads and then you lost 50% of them. So now you have 50 leads, and then you lost another 25. So this is where you are. And you can see in a chart, like at what stage people drop off from your sales process, which is just really helpful because you want to understand where people are in the sales process and where are people getting lost. Like maybe people are getting lost at the lead stage, and that means maybe you need to do a better job following up with people right away, or maybe they're getting lost all the way at the end. And this is key information for a company to understand. The third important difference is an app called Emails and Activities. This is something that I will show you how to use it. For people that are old, to like using Monday for a while, you actually probably have access to Emails and Activities, but I don't know at what point they divided it. It was a couple of months ago, but they basically said, like, if you haven't signed up for Emails and Activities, so it has to be part of the CRM. Essentially what Emails and Activities does is it allows you to email through Monday, and it keeps a history of everything that you've sent out through Monday, all the correspondence with your clients through the CRM, and you could build a lot of automations on this. Again, we're going to go into this a little bit more in depth soon, but that's another thing that's a really huge advantage of the Monday CRM. The next thing is connected board columns. Now, If you're familiar with connected board columns, you have them in work management, and you also have them in the CRM. The CRM actually just added a little bit of a nicer design. So they just look a little bit nicer. It's a little more polished. So that's another advantage. And the last thing, and I think one of the biggest advantages, is the templates. Now, it really depends at what point you're starting your Monday journey. If you already have a CRM built, so like within Monday, templates may not be a huge deal. But if you don't have a CRM, the whole idea is that Monday is saying to you, here's templates. You can just take these templates and literally within minutes, you can have a CRM. So you can easily customize them within a couple of minutes, and you basically have a CRM set up. So Monday is saying, like, here's our product off the shelf, just take it and you can use it and start using a CRM. It's really easy to use. And that's another huge benefit of working with the CRM as opposed to the work management, because of how the templates that you get. Okay, any questions before we continue about the difference between work management and the Monday CRM? Okay, cool. Okay. So now I want to, before we jump into how a CRM works and how Monday CRM works, I would like to go into understanding the difference between a pro account and an enterprise account. Now, within Monday, there's different price points for different a different plan that you have. If you're serious about using Monday, you definitely need the pro account because you have time tracking and you have dashboards, charts, and a whole bunch of widgets. So I usually don't recommend anything below the pro account because, again, if you're serious and you really want to track things in your company, you need charts and widgets to do that. The big difference, and I'm not going to go into all the differences between pro and enterprise because there are a number of them, and obviously there's a price point difference. But the big difference in terms of the CRM is the templates that you get at the beginning. The Monday CRM has, and I'm going to show you an example, they have all of the templates are literally set up for you. So I'm just going to share my screen. Now what I'm going to show you now is a enterprise level account. So we're in the sales, we're in the CRM, and you can see I just downloaded it. I did not do anything else to this. You can see there's a CRM folder with leads, opportunities, contacts, accounts, activities. Then there's all these post-sales boards. There's different sales operations like sales targets, onboarding, enablement. There's legal, account management, sales teams reports. The CRM, the enterprise version, you get all of these things. The other things that you get is that if you'll notice, there's 16 automations here. And if I go to the contacts board, there's also automations here, I believe 8 automations here. And on the opportunities board, there's automation. So everything is built, ready to use. Now, of course, as you hopefully know, you can edit your groups, you can edit your columns, but the whole system is literally ready to use. One of the things that they have set up, and I'm just going to show you the main table, is you can see all these columns they have here. I'll just scroll really quickly so you can see all of the columns that they have. And this is again, I just downloaded a template and this is everything that I have. So it's like literally ready to start using. So one of the things that they have is they have these indicators. So it's like an account indicator because it's telling you within your CRM, does this company already exist? Now, the CRM is built of essentially mostly 4 boards that are the most important boards. We have a leads board, an opportunities or deals board, and then what I call your database, the contacts and accounts board. So we're going to get into exactly how the standard CRM works in a bit, but what I want to show you here is on a lead level, they set up this indicator to show you, okay, look, this person already exists in your database, or this person does not exist in your database. It's for contacts as well as companies. So all of this is already set up for you, plus all the automations like I showed you. And this whole other process, like if you want to track your sales target, they already have a board set up for you. So you can see like, okay, who's on which team, let's connect it to all of our opportunities. What's this month's target? What are they actually at for this month? Like there's a lot of great, amazing templates that you can use here to get started. So the goal is you buy this product off the shelf and you can get started right away. The next thing that I want to show you is, so that's the enterprise version. Now I'm going to open the CRM version. I actually just downloaded this right before the webinar, and this is the CRM for the webinar. This is the pro version. So here I'm on the pro version, and you can see that I have the same, it's just called different, but it's leads, deals, contacts, and accounts, which I showed you. And then there's client projects, activities, and a sales dashboard. So you're not getting as many templates as you have on the enterprise version. The other thing is that if you open the leads board, so you can see that there's only 5 automations here. Remember, oh, I see that I'm not sharing. I'm sorry. I see I'm not sharing the right board. I'm sorry. Okay. So back here, I'm just going to show you again. This is the pro version of the downloaded template from Monday. So you can see I have the contacts board, the deals board, and the leads board, and the accounts board, the same as the enterprise version. And I have these 3 other boards, the client project, the activities, and the sales board. So when you look at these, obviously in terms of number, it's a lot less boards. It's a lot less built out for you. But not only is it less templates and less physical boards, the automations, there's a lot less automations. Here you can see that there's only 5 automations that come with this account with the standard template on the pro version. When I'm back to the enterprise version, so just remember, if we go to the leads board, you can see there's 16 automations. So there's definitely a clear difference within the templates of the boards that you're getting in terms of the template that you start with. So your starting point can be much quicker. Any questions about that? About the difference between the two? Okay, cool. Okay, so the next thing that I want to show you, which is another really cool difference that Monday introduced to the CRM version, to the enterprise version, is if you go to a status column, you could see here I'm on a status column. What I can do is click these 3 dots, click settings, and I can do set label change columns. What this basically is doing is telling me, like, let's make a field mandatory. So it's saying, like, when I want to change something to qualified, I have to make sure that a certain column is filled in. Let's say I have to make sure that email is filled in. So what will happen is if email is not filled in, it won't let me change the status to qualified. So this is kind of a way to allow you to have mandatory fields and make sure things are filled in within Monday before you move something to the next stage. So the way I've seen this when the head of the go-to-market within the Monday CRM showed this to us. So what he showed is if you don't enter the deal value on the deals board, so it won't let you win a deal, because it's really important to know how much your deal value is. How much how much revenue did you bring in from that deal? So those are really the 2 key differences between pro and enterprise of the CRM. Number 1 is the templates and all the automations that it comes with. And number 2 is this mandatory option. Now, I think as time goes by, I think Monday will be adding a lot more features to the CRM, because they really do want to have the CRM be a really unique product with a lot of great features. So I think that on the enterprise version, they will continue to add those features. Okay, any questions about the difference between enterprise, pro, CRM, not CRM, building within the CRM? Anyone have any questions about that? Okay. So what we're going to do now is I want to go into showing you how a CRM actually works. Like, how is the standard CRM designed? And then we're going to talk about ways that you can customize it. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and I am actually sharing a product, another product of Monday. It's called Work Canvas. And what it is, I see it's very big. One second. Okay, cool. And what it is it's actually like a Miro board. I don't know if you are familiar with Miro, but it's basically a Miro board. And the coolest part of it is that it connects within Monday. So this is a tool that my team uses all the time when we're mapping out process for our clients. So I want to show you how the standard CRM is supposed to work. a lot of companies work within this model, but there's tons of companies that don't work within this model. And that's okay, because one of the great things about Monday is that you can customize it how you want. So let's start here. Basically, what happens is a lead comes in, and a lead can come in from your website. It can come in from a form that's on your website or just a form. It can come in from a number of different sources, but basically a lead comes in to your leads board. And remember, I said there's four major boards that you have within the CRM. And here you can see we have leads, accounts, contacts, and deals. Those are our four major boards that we have. So we have a lead that comes in. Now, if they're qualified, so here they turn into a qualified lead, they actually go into contacts and go into accounts. This is what I call these two things our database, because we want to save all of our contacts and all of our accounts. Like this is important data to save. You're not usually actively using these data, like because you're not really working through a contact list or doing tasks from a contact list. You're usually doing tasks from the leads board or the deals board, but we need to have everything. Like we need to know what's their location, what's their source, where did they come from, what's their telephone number, whatever information we want to save, we really save in the accounts and contacts boards. Now, different companies do different things. So like some people, if you're selling just B2C, they don't necessarily have an accounts, which is fine because people don't have companies that they need to list. I'm actually working now with a company that they own mobile home parks. So again, they're selling or they're leasing or selling these mobile homes to individual people. So they don't have accounts. So we simply actually took out the accounts board of their CRM and we actually made it into a communities board. So that way we know like which community they're in, because each community has like a lot of details. So that way each person is connected to a community. Now, the last part of this is that you have a deals board, and a deal is defined differently for each client. A lot of people will want to send someone to a deals board when you see they're qualified. Some people want to send to a deals board when they show any interest, when they book an appointment, and they fill out a form. Whatever it is, each company has a different way of defining who is a qualified lead. But the important thing is that you want to actually define who's that qualified lead, because then they're going to go through this process. Anyone that's not a qualified lead, they're going to get lost. Some people move them to the contacts board and some people keep them on the leads board, but essentially they're a lost lead. Now, down here, you can see that I have a sales dashboard. All of this data is connected to a sales dashboard. So what our sales dashboard does is it pulls information from the leads board, the deals board, the contacts board, really whatever information, wherever you want to pull data from, we pull it in the sales dashboard. And I just want to show you what a sales dashboard looks like, because this is something that's really, this should be your goal to have. Like the goal of a Monday setup, obviously it will keep things more organized, but my goal is that you can have this sales dashboard because it has so much information to help you run your company. So and again, this is the standard sales dashboard, but you can see like active deals, average value, actual revenue, deal status distribution, actual revenue by month. This is the funnel chart that I was talking about earlier. So here you have like 25% conversion to one, forecast revenue by month, forecast revenue by stage. There's no deals reps listed. That's why there's no information here. Deal rep based on month added. So as you can see, a sales dashboard is so important because this is where you get all the data about how to run your company. Like I'll give you a quick example and something that people unfortunately don't do enough of, but is really, really important, is that you want to see where your source of leads. So like I know, because I use a CRM within Monday, like I can tell you that I get 60% of my leads come from one source and 20% from another source. And then it's divided by different sources. But the only way that I know this is because I'm tracking information, and specifically a source column within my Monday board. And since I'm tracking that information, I can then pull it into dashboards, which helps me make more educated decisions, because I can make decisions about where should I invest as a marketing strategy? Like, where are we getting our leads from? Or I can look at, okay, let's see the people that have actually converted. Where are they coming from? And maybe it's a source, like a marketing source, or maybe it's a location. Like maybe if you're a real estate agent and you are tracking, your potential clients, like you realize like, look, everyone's coming from this one area. Like and all my clients are converting from that area. That's a really important area to look at. So again, the dashboard is a really important part because it pulls in so much information and so much data. Now I want to go back to our drawing here. And then at some point, they've converted. So they've made it a decision. And they're either a lost deal. And yes, you want to keep track of your lost deals because it's important to know, like how many deals have we lost or how many deals have this specific rep lost? Like maybe that's something that we want to keep track of to see how our clients are, to see how our reps are doing, or to see if maybe our process is working or not working. But another really crucial part, which makes this CRM so amazing to have within Monday, is that if someone says yes, so you could see here that they've said yes and they've decided to work with you, is that you can have an onboarding process, a contract process, and everything from here can go into a work management process. So you can have literally everything in one place. I just wanted to tell you a setup that we do in our company that just makes everything so much easier. So what happens? I have a CRM, I meet with a potential client, they come in, they're like, okay, Tara, I'm really interested in working with you. Let's move forward. I send them a contract through my CRM. It's using a third-party app, but it's through my CRM within Monday. I send them a contract. They sign the contract online, digitally. When the contract is signed, it comes into my Monday board. It changes a status to completed. So I know that I get a notification that someone has signed a contract, but then it does so much more than that. I get a task on my task board that says, oh, this person has signed a contract. Now you need to do the onboarding task for them. Like I have a number of onboarding tasks. So I have this, it's amazing because I would always be like, wait, did I do this? Did I do that? Where was it? Now I know, great. A contract came in, someone signed it. And right away, I have all my onboarding tasks listed on my task board. So I'm connecting the project management part of my company with the sales CRM. And that's why it's great to have both of them in Monday, because you have this automatic connection that everything can come right together at one time. It can go from one to another. Now, another thing that I also have in my setup is I also connect it to my financial boards, because my financial boards are also within Monday. So when someone signs, they also automatically go to the financial boards. And then I know like, okay, cool. They're on the financial boards. I know that I need to bill them for this month. So it's like a huge asset for a company that you have your sales CRM connected to your project management tool, because things don't fall through the crack. When you're going from one department within your company to another department, and I hear this all the time. People are like, well, someone signed with us 2 weeks ago, but we didn't tell the project manager, so therefore nothing happens. Like, it's really important that you have that connection. And that's a huge advantage for any company that has a CRM and you're working within Monday, that you also connect to the other side, which is project management. Any questions about that? Okay, cool. So now that we have seen the two different CRMs, I'm actually going to share my screen again and show you how the CRM actually works. Okay. Okay. So a CRM starts, as I said, it started on the leads board. Okay. Now, again, I want to remind you that I'm just using the template straight out of the box from Monday. I'm going to show you how I do normally adapt them. This is the pro version of the CRM product. And we know that it's the CRM product because we're up here and it says Monday CRM. So you have a leads board, and now you can create a form so that way your leads can come in. So your leads come in through the form and they come in as a new lead. So I'll actually just fill this out just to show you the process. Now, obviously, if this form is like on your website or something like that, you wouldn't necessarily want all of this information. Like you wouldn't want like a status column on your website, but I can just simply add in some information. And I'll just do my email. Okay. Now what happens is we're going to go to our main board, and you can see that I was added here. I was automatically added as a new lead. Now, and my information came in, company and email. I didn't enter that other information. A lot of times I will add another column for source. I'll add a status column for source because I think I know I said this a couple of times through this webinar. I think it's really important that you have the source of where this lead came from to pull into the dashboards at the end of the day. Now, what Monday does is Monday just has a button that moves it to the contacts board. And again, once you move it to the contacts board, you need to set up all the automation. So I'm actually going to leave the CRM and I'm going to go to a product. We actually have a product called Organizer Pro that we sell. And it's basically templates that we sell. It's a system that we developed over time based on using Monday and knowing how to use it and just getting the most out of it. And really for any company that wants to run their company on Monday. So we actually built this before the CRM was a thing. So some people don't want the Monday CRM, so we do it in here. But the reason that I'm going here now is because I want to show you how we've customized it as opposed to what you just saw before. So first of all, we always have a column for creation date because I think it's really important to know when a lead came in. Like you want to know how many leads do you have per month. And once you have a creation date, which is an automation, you can mark that. The second thing that we have is we did add these cute emojis. I know it's like a small little thing, but I personally like colors or pictures. I just find them sometimes easier than reading text. So this is just like an idea that you can customize it. And as I said, we have a source column. So here I can automatically see like, okay, this person came in from YouTube, this person from Google Paid, this person from LinkedIn, whatever source they came in, I'm tracking it. And then we have like your standard email, company, phone. Here we've also added a world clock, just if you want to see where they're located, an address. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is this, these columns. This is a client indicator. Now, this is the same thing that the enterprise version has. They actually have it a little more complicated. I don't like to complicate it because I don't think you need to. But basically what this does is it tells me if it's a new or existing company. Everything comes in as a new company. And then if the company is listed and it's in your database, which is your accounts board, it basically will change this to, it will connect it here. It looks like this is a contacts column, so I have to double check that. It should be the company column, but it will connect here and it will say existing. Now, the reason that I want to do that is because I want the system to know, look, this is already an existing company in your board or an existing person. So don't create an account and don't create a contact because you don't need it. It's already there. I don't want it to be there twice. This is one way that you can make sure you don't have duplicates. Just on a side note, the second way is if you click these three dots and you click more settings, there is manage duplicates, and basically you choose which column. So I usually do email because it's the most reliable. So I can do email and then search, and it's telling me that I have no duplicates. So that's something that you can also do. I find this a little bit easier to manage, but again, both options are open. Now on these boards, so once someone is, I'm just going to add in some information because remember here, I didn't add anything in. I'm just going to change this to say Tara, and I'll just add an email and a company. Okay. Now, what happens when I decide that this person is qualified? So I can hit qualified, and basically it's going to create an item within the contacts board, within the accounts board, and then it's actually going to move them to deals and contracts. Okay, sorry. Okay, it's actually going to move them to deals and contracts. So now you can see here, let me actually just make this big again. You can see here that Tara was moved to a deal. So I'm actually on the deals board. The connections, it's going to take a minute to connect, but you can see that I'm actually on the deals board already. So now people know that, okay, now this is a deal that we're working on. Now the deals board is totally separate because the deals board, we're looking at revenue. You can either say like, you know, we charge an hourly rate or a retainer fee, or maybe it's just revenue that you're tracking and you have revenue. But essentially what happens is that I've created, by moving something from the leads board to the contacts, to the accounts, and then to the deals board. You can see that I was added here. My information was mapped. So the funnel, like the flow of information goes from leads. It checks if it's a contact or account. If not, when it becomes qualified, and again, you can change that, it moves to deals. And then you have all of your information. And also it's in contacts and accounts, and then goes to deals. Then your dashboard is built to pull in the data from these boards. So like you can see, if you look on this sales dashboard, for example, you could see how many leads and clients I have. And we could see I have 10 that are won, and one that's on hold. I can see the source by percentage. I know this is a little small in this view. I could see what's my average client, what's the source of all my leads last month, the source of all my leads this month. So I really have one system where I have all of the information in one place. And I encourage you to customize this based on the information that you need, because every company is a little bit different and every company runs a little bit differently. So you do need to customize these boards based on that. Any questions before I get into emails and activities? Okay. Sure, you guys are a quiet group today. Okay. Next, I want to go into emails and activities. So the obvious question is, how do we keep track of like information, because we are managing a deal or a lead and we want to write notes about them? So Monday has an update section. If you click this button, you can see that they have an update section where you can write updates. But within the CRM, it's actually not on this board, so I need to change boards. Sorry. Within the CRM, so if I go here we have, this is like the CRM view where you have the update section. There is still an update section, but here's like your overview. So first of all, you have this nice graph, which shows you like what stage they're at. But then you have something called emails and activities. And I mentioned this app before. What it does is you can either add an email. So I can add an email and you see my email popped up. I can choose like a number of different emails. It pulled in the email from the email column, which is kind of cool. I have email tracking. In my title or in the body of my email, I can pull in auto-populate fields, and I can also create templates, and I can send from here. Now, I'm not going to send this, but if I would send it, it would keep track of it. Another thing that I can do is I can add activities. So this is where it gets into the activity log. So let's say I had a meeting, and I want to write notes, and client is interested in moving forward. Let's say, but wants to see our pricing list, right? So I'm just writing myself a note. So I can click add. What's going to happen is you can see I have a timestamp. Okay, this meeting was set for this specific day. Here's information. So anyone coming into these boards will see this information. But more importantly, and I actually did not double check that if this is connected. I think by default it may be. We'll see. Yeah, here, cool, it is. So by default, there's also an activities board. And what happens as soon as I added that items in emails and activities, it was an activity was created here. So you could see, I could see the owner. I could see the person that it's linked to. So this is the person who's actually going to open up the board we were on before, but I can see all the information about the person. And I can see a start time, an end time, a status, and activity type. So essentially, this is amazing. If you need to see like what activities has your team been doing? How have they been using the CRM? I can go into a dashboard and I can see like, okay, there was one phone call. There were 2 meetings this month. Okay, everything's 100% done, and I can track it by month. If you want, I can change this bottom thing to be tracked by person. You really have the ability to track all of this information over time. So you can see the activities that you guys are using with your CRM. There are some other options within here. I'll just show you some things that are really cool. You can add an activity. So I can add like a custom activity. There's also a bunch of automations. If you click that and then you go to set up automations, if you go to set up automations, you'll see there's a lot of different automations that you can build into this. So once it opens, we'll just take a look at them. But some of them are like, notify me when an email is received from this column, or, set up like how we set up the activities, or when an email is received, move item to group. Or when email is sent, change the status to something. Like I have done setups where like they have a cadence of 3 emails that they want to send out. So people will send them out using the automations, and then they mark like, oh, first email sent, second email sent, third email sent. So I think that is it in terms of emails and activities. As I said, there's settings, and you can just keep track of everything in one place. The last thing, and I know that we touched on this a little bit, but again, is the dashboard. A dashboard brings a tremendous amount of value to a company because they understand where things are holding, what their revenue is, what their revenue is month over month, what their different salespeople are doing. And a dashboard is something that I highly recommend. You think about what metrics you want to track, and then you have your metrics so that way you can track them and use them within Monday. So that is a Monday CRM quick intro to it, how to use it, how to set it up. I hope that I gave you some tips and tricks on how to use it. I would like to let you guys know that one of the things that my team does is we do have a membership club, and I did say that I would get to this a little bit later. So if you are overwhelmed when you listen to this webinar about all the features that there are on Monday, you're not sure how to do it for your company, how you can customize it, or you need a person to talk to, this is what our membership club is. There's a link in the chat if you want to check it out. It's a monthly membership club. We have 2 trainings a month. One's a workshop, one's a coaching. It's either with me or with people on my team, different Monday experts, and we review different topics. And there's always time for questions and answers. So that way you get the attention that you need to ask your questions, because I hear all the time people say, I just want to understand, like, is this the best setup? Or how do I do this? Or how do I solve this problem? Or what do you do this? So we've created a community within our workshops that we have in our coaching sessions, and also on Facebook, where you have a community where you can get answers to your questions. You can help other people. Other people will help you. You can post your issues. A lot of times, whatever issues you have, it's a place where you have someone to talk to support you within your Monday journey, because not every company can hire a one-on-one consultant. And this is totally understandable. Either you're limited in budget, or you have other things, or whatever the reason may be. Not every company is in that position that they want a one-on-one consulting. So sometimes you need more of like a group environment, which comes in at a very, very reasonable monthly fee, and you have access to that support that you need if you're managing Monday within your company. So I encourage you to go check it out, and I'd love if you guys would join us within our membership club. And thank you so much for joining us today. And if there's any questions, feel free to stay on, and I will answer any questions about using a CRM. So thank you guys very much for joining.
Tara, we got one question via email.
Sure.
If you have time to answer, is there a way to integrate customer feedback directly into Monday CRM?
Yes, you totally can integrate it. That's a great question. What I've done for different people, first you have to think about where you want it to be integrated. So do you want it to be on the contacts board, so that way you have their feedback? But what I've done is they actually have a separate board for customer feedback, and you can build out a board that has questions that people fill out in a form. They fill it in and they submit it. If you want to connect it to the CRM, you can, but you really have that information. It's just a separate board within Monday. Some people have connected it to a contacts board. That really depends on if you want to connect it or not. You don't have to. But you definitely can build a customer feedback board within Monday.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, well, again, I'll just say thank you to everyone for joining us, and good luck setting up your CRM. Have a great day. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and remember to subscribe to receive tips and tricks on how to use Monday.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.